Well, boys and girls, it's so nice to see all of you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. The sun is shining. So, we are going to be experimenting with some body percussion today, talking about a really famous American folk tune that some of you guys may know. And we're going to be talking about the musical concept syncopation. So, we got a jam packed class with a little bit of TikTok inspiration. So I hope you guys have fun. Let's get started and we'll sing our hello song to one another. Hello there, how are you? It's so good to see you. We'll sing and be happy that we're all here together again. All right, we are going to start with a very simple rhythmic warm-up. We're going to be reviewing some of those takadimi syllables we have been practicing in class. So I'm going to play a 4-beat pattern on my hand drum, and then we are going to echo the syllables together. So while you're listening to the drumming patterns, those 4-beat patterns, be thinking in your mind and audiating and translating those to our takadimi syllables, and be thinking, is that a quarter note, an eighth note, 16th note? You can do it. All right, here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta. Ta, ta, takadimi, ta. Takadimi, 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 ta. Ti, ti, ta, takadimi, ta. Takadimi, 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 takadimi. Ta, ta, ta. Ti, 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 ti. Takadimi, ta, ta, ta. Takadimi, ti, 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 ta. Takadimi, 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 ti, ti. Ti, ti, ta, ti, ti, ta. Very nice, everyone. Right, time for our big reveal. Our musical word of the day is syncopation. Can you say that with me, everyone? Good, syncopation. Syncopation, S-Y-N-C-O-P-A-T-I-O-N. Syncopation is a disturbance of the regular flow of rhythm, or even more simply put, the offbeat. So when we're thinking about our steady beats, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When we were talking about accents, when we were discussing our bucket drumming, we saw that when there was an accent underneath a pitch or a rhythm, that we would give more emphasis and more stress. Remember, it does not mean to make that pitch or rhythm louder. It means to give it more stress and emphasis, which in doing so often does allow the sound to become louder, but that's not the actual definition. It's just to give stress and emphasis to that note. So when we're writing out a 4-beat pattern, our beats are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our downbeat is 1 and 3. So our offbeats are 2 and 4. All right? So we are going to now clap on the downbeats, and then we're going to practice clapping our syncopated rhythm on the offbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for our offbeats, 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now we're going to clap on our downbeats and snap on the offbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very nice, everyone. So remember, syncopation is a disturbance of the regular flow of rhythm, and it is when that song has an emphasis on the offbeat. The rhythm is focused on the offbeat. Good. All right, we are going to be using the very popular American folk tune, Old Dan Tucker, to better understand our concept of syncopation. This is a song that uses syncopation that gives focus on those offbeats and has that disruption and interruption of the flow of the rhythm. So, Old Dan Tucker is a very old song. It comes from the early 1900s. This song originated in the state of Virginia, which is a state in the southern region of the United States that many of you may know. We know that the southern region of the United States is very important because that is where the blues were developed, and due to the blues developing in that area, as did jazz and all those wonderful genres and styles of music that we love to sing and discuss. So, Old Dan Tucker uses a lot of nonsensical, very silly lyrics. If you know the song Oh Susanna, it has lyrics such as Sun So Hot I Froze to Death, and you're going to hear some very similar type lyrics in Old Dan Tucker. Actually, Oh Susanna and Old Dan Tucker were written generally around the same time. So, I'm going to be showing you some body percussion that I think you guys will like. I don't have a TikTok, but I've seen a few of those videos and I try to incorporate some of those movements that I think you guys recognize from that into our folk song body percussion performance. So I'm going to start the song. I'm going to show you the body percussion all the way through. It's a very short song, 1 minute. I'm going to break it down into chunks and then hopefully we'll be able to perform it all together, highlighting and focusing on those offbeats. And right, here's the full performance body percussion of Old Dan Tucker.
Well, old Dan Tucker was a fine old man, washed his face in the frying pan, combed his head with a wagon wheel, and died with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking, old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking. Well, old Dan Tucker was going to town, riding a goat and leading a hound. Hound gave a bark and goat gave a jump, land Dan Tucker on straddling stum. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking, old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking. Well, old Dan Tucker now, he got skunk, jumped in the fire and picked up chunk. Coal and fire got in his shoe, oh my lord, how the ashes flew. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking, old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
All right, let's break it down. So, listening to the song, I'm sure that you guys could have heard those syncopated rhythms, right? Not Old Dan Tucker was a mighty man. Old Dan Tucker was a mighty man. Washed his face in a frying pan. Combed his hair with the wagon wheel. You feel that kind of offbeat, right? So that's what we're going to do to start. We just simply tap on our offbeats. Old Dan Tucker was a mighty man. Washed his face in a frying pan. Then combed his hair with a wagon wheel. Died with the toothache in his heel. So we're actually hitting each rhythmic beat there, picking up the tempo. Then once we get out the way, Old Dan Tucker, get out the way, Old Dan Tucker, you're going to slap both laps, and then with your other hand crossing, tap the top of your hand and then back down. All right, can you do that with me nice and slow? Lap, lap, tap, lap, lap, tap, lap, lap, tap, lap, lap, tap, lap, lap, tap. Good. Let's just do it to that section. Once we get to the end of the chorus, you're too late to eat your supper. We just keep that fast tempo, steady beat, and then we get into our next section. But let's just begin with that. All right, here we go.
Well, old Dan Tucker was a fine old man, washed his face in the frying pan.
Faster now.
With a wagon wheel.
All right, get ready for this part.
Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking, old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
Back to your fast beat. Good. All right, let's move on to section 2. So this part's very simple. As we begin our next section, Old Dan Tucker came to town, riding a billy goat, leading a hound. You just keep that fast pulse, steady beat on your lap. When we get to the hound dog barked and the billy goat jumped, old Dan Tucker landed on a stump. That gets a little bit more complicated. So there we're gonna lap, clap, snap, clap, lap, clap, snap, clap, lap, clap, snap, clap, lap, clap, snap. We'll do that even slower. Lap, clap, snap, clap, lap, clap, snap. Good. Let's do that in time. Very nice. The hound dog barked and the billy goat jumped. Old Dan Tucker landed on the stump. So then we get to get out the way. Old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking. Old man Tucker standing there looking. Then we do a crisscross with our arms, a clap, crisscross, and then continue clapping on that steady beat. Let's do that with the music. From the very beginning, might as well.
Well, old Dan Tucker was a fine old man, washed his face in the frying pan, combed his head with a wagon wheel,
Good
and
job.
tied with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking, old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
Remember,
Old Dan
just
Tucker
stay
was
here.
going to town, riding a goat and
Here it
leading
comes.
a hound.
Clap,
Hound give a
clap,
bark
snap.
and goat give a jump. Land Dan Tucker don't straddling stump. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker,
Nice and
he's
slow.
too
Bring
late
it all the
to
way
get
up
his supper.
and down.
Supper's on, dinner's a cooking. Old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
Crisscross clap, crisscross
Well,
clap.
old Dan Tucker now he got
All
skunk.
right, time for our final section. So we just came from our crisscross clap, crisscross clap, clap. So we continue clapping here. Old Dan Tucker, he got skunked. Old Dan Tucker, he got skunked, jumped in the fire and picking up junk. Then we stick our arms out, kind of like the Macarena. Some of the fire got in his shoe. Ashes, you wouldn't believe how they flew, I think is like how it goes. But we'll go arm, arm, side, side, up and out and up and out and clap, clap, brush, brush, clap, 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 brush, brush, clap, 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 snap, clap, lap, clap. I know it's a lot. We'll do that one more time. So this is get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to eat your supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking. Good. All right, let's do that all together, the entire thing. Are you ready? I believe in you. You guys got this.
Well, old Dan Tucker was a fine old man.
Listen for those syncopated beats, those off beats.
With a wagon wheel and tied with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking. Old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
Nice. All right, just stay here, guys.
Well, old Dan Tucker was going to town, riding a goat and leading
Last
a hound. Hound give a bark and goat give a jump. Land Dan Tucker don't straddling stump. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, he's too late to get his supper. Supper's on, dinner's a cooking. Old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking. Well, old Dan Tucker now he got skunked, jumped in the fire and picked
Here you
up
go,
junk.
arms
Cold
out,
from fire
out.
got in his shoe. Oh
Up
my
and
lord,
out
how
and
the
up
ashes
and out.
flew.
Clap,
Get out the
clap,
way,
brush,
old Dan
brush, clap,
Tucker,
clap,
he's too
clap,
late to
brush,
get
brush,
his
clap,
supper.
clap,
Supper's
clap,
on, dinner's a
clap.
cooking. Old Dan Tucker just sitting there looking.
Everyone, and that is the body percussion to our syncopated American folk song, Old Dan Tucker. So looking back at history during this time when the song was created and popularized, it was at a time where we didn't have the same instruments that we use now. They weren't as readily available to us to have electric guitars and pianos, so they would use really simple instruments like spoons. I don't know if you guys have ever played spoons before, but you put them back to back and then you can tap them together. A washboard that people would use to clean clothing was a great percussion instrument. And of course, body percussion. So if you guys have any creative ways to spice up Old Dan Tucker, I'd love to see and hear about that. I'm so proud of you guys and all the hard work you've been doing. Remembering that syncopation is that disturbance and interruption of the flow of rhythm, and when we have a focus on the offbeats, remember those offbeats being 2 and 4. You got it. You guys are great, friends. Get your washboards out, get your spoons out, and we're going to sing goodbye to one another. I'll see you guys next time.